Hello, my friends. Happy Thursday. Hope you are all doing well today. I am just going to take a quick second, make sure it pops up on my screen. I just go and good to go live. So I hope that you are all doing well today. Just waiting for this to pop up. I know there's always a lag with the. Okay, good. I'm on screen. Perfect. Happy Thursday, my friends. I hope that you are all doing well. Whether you are new here or returning, welcome in. If you are new here, my name is Tammy Savello, and welcome to Cards by TLC, where every Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I go live right here on my YouTube to show you some fun projects. I'm so sorry I missed you all last week. I was in recovering from a car accident, so luckily I am okay. We're still waiting on how the car situation is, but we are moving forward. Today we are playing with the Sentimental Christmas Suite today. This absolutely stunning suite can actually be found on page 29 if you happen to have the September to December mini catalog. But let's go ahead and go over the parts and pieces suites. We are going to definitely start off with the showstopper of this absolutely stunning designer paper. This 12 by 12 double-sided pattern paper is gorgeous. It brings me back to my childhood. So we have a cute little deer, which are cute little Bambis, and then like these trees, these old-fashioned trees. Look how gorgeous this paper is. The stockings, some like present paper, again, like some candy cane stuff, some things. But one of the designs I have to show you, this is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you saw my sampler video, and I'm going to go ahead and add that to the page, but this is fantastic. It makes a great scrapbook page. I did a fun sampler, so I think I was gonna go and recreate that sampler and do kind of like a winter wonderland, but I'm kind of thinking that I'm gonna stick to this gorgeous paper and do, here's another scrapbook page. So if you're a scrapbooker, this paper is fantastic. And let's go over the designer or the rest of the bundle. It is a photopolymer stamp set, and it comes with these cute little dies. Not many dies. I think there's only 5 dies, so they did it in a smaller portion. But the Sentimental Wishes, the font is fantastic. We're not going to be playing with the stamped images today. I'm going to be focusing strictly on the designer paper. That designer paper is fantastic. Jenny, you are more than welcome. It is totally fine. It has definitely been a morning. And then part of this suite is the Jersey embellishments. I don't know if you guys can see the sparkle on that or not, but these are so sparkly. And then this gorgeous satin ribbon. I absolutely love this. It's in shaded spruce. I did a project earlier on Tuesday that had that on there. Let me see if I have it nearby really quick. Yes, I have it right here on my Tuesday, Teach It Tuesday. I paired it with Summer Splash, and it really complemented the Summer Splash. So you don't have to focus on Christmas. It could be any card. Sorry, words apparently are hard today. Like Jenny says, it has been a morning. Okay, let's look at the projects. That's what we're here for. We're here to create the fun, creative projects. And these embellishments are just popping off. So I have 3 separate cards. I have a standard simple stamping, stamps, inks, and paper. Just keeping it all about the paper today. This is absolutely elegant. You do not need anything else but stamping one little sentiment on there. So this is what we call simple stamping. And then I elevated it up just a little bit, added that stunning ribbon. Wow. Maybe I had too much coffee. Okay, so that stunning ribbon. And then this is just the designer paper. Again, we're all about the designer paper today. And then we elevated it up even more with the deckled circles and the designer paper. And then this is an embossing folder, a 3D embossing folder. It is Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder. I absolutely love this. It gives it that nice wintry look. And then we have our deckled circles and our deckled rectangles. If you guys don't have basic shapes in your, I have 3 top dies. Stylish shapes, which gives you a good variety. Deckled circles, which gives you all the way up to 6 inches. And deckled rectangles, which gives you about a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So you have great shapes. These are fantastic to have in your crafting arsenal. Welcome, Jan. Welcome in. Welcome in. We are just getting started. And let's go ahead and go over the first kit. Now, if you miss any of the sizes and dimensions, they will be on my blog post tomorrow, September 27th. At cardsbytlc.com. So you can head on over there if you miss any of the dimensions. We have a top folding card base that is in real red, and we have it cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and we have scored that right in half at 5 1/2. We have our inside panel piece 4 by 5 1/4 in basic white. We have our front panel piece that's just a little off. It's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I just wanted to leave a small thin border rather than that 1/4 inch border around the edge. And then our designer paper is from that 12 by 12 piece of paper that we've just cut up in half and in quarters. And this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. So we have that, and we're going to stamp our sentiment. And then we have a 3/4 inch strip by 4. Jenny says, you agree? You have nothing else in the dies. Those are must have. Absolutely. I'm telling you, they're great. Just great basic shapes. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and go forward and start off with the inside piece. We always start off by getting that done and over with. Bring in Tom. I'm so sorry I missed you guys last week, but we are here back in action. And we are going to be doing lots of cards and lots of prep for craft fair season. So I'm going to be sharing my craft fair top selling items. I'm going to be creating them with you right here on camera. We are going to prep for the craft fair season together. Okay, and then I'm just going to add that on the inside and leave it as is to write our sentiment. And then we're just going to come in here with some shaded spruce and stamp "Let's Celebrate the Season." They have great sentiments in this stamp set, and it's elegant. It's and I think I thought I like swooshed it around. That was close. That was really, really close. I kind of dropped the stamp at that point in time, and it landed perfectly. I couldn't even do that again if I tried. So we are just going to layer that right on that basic white panel. Look at this paper, I'm telling you. And that die cuts out, the stocking die cuts not only the stamped image, but it also cuts out that design on the designer paper. So I am going to do one that has this page, and then one sheet that has the others on my cards, because, or I'm just gonna get another packet. This, when I looked at it, I was like, it's pretty. But then when I got it and started playing with it, it immediately brought me back to my childhood, immediately. And Jenny and I were just talking about that this morning, how it just reminds us of our childhood. And that is all we are going to do. If you are a beginner stamper, this is perfect to start out with. If you want to bump that up to the next level, we're going to go ahead and do that on our next card and showcase this ribbon, this stunning ribbon, and the designer paper. And that's where we cut out our stocking. Like I said, it cuts perfectly out of that designer paper. You do not even need to stamp and color that stamp set. But this stamp set actually would be really, really fun. And because of the elegance, I think I'm gonna do some color pencils and some blending pens to blend that out. I think that would give it a nice, subtle look. So I think I'm gonna create with some color pencils. So stay tuned for some more on that, some either a blog post or a post on my social media platforms. If you are not following me on my social media platforms, I'm at Cards by TLC on all social medias. Okay, our next card. We are doing a standard card base. That's a standard top folding card base, and we are going to use basic beige because that is one of the colors in the designer paper. So this is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm not worrying about the inside panel piece. You could do kind of like a reversed layer where you did the designer paper and then another piece of the basic beige on the inside. You can certainly do that. That would be fantastic, but we just kept it simple. And we have our front panel in shaded spruce, and this is 4 by 5 1/4. And then we have our designer paper that is cut at 3 3/4 by 5. And then this right here is our smallest deckled rectangle from the rectangle size that we're going to stamp our sentiment on. So let's just go ahead and we're going to focus on adhering these two pieces together, and then we're going to add our ribbon. Absolutely. Like you flip it over and you don't want to add glue to the other side because it's so cute. This is what our Christmas tree looked like growing up. This reminded me of our Christmas tree growing up, with all the red felt bows on there and ribbon. My mom, I swear to you, I think at one point we counted 358 ornaments one year. I think that was the highest. We have very tall vaulted ceilings in our house, and I think we counted like 350 or 358 ornaments. She was insane when it came to ornaments. Now we're going to go ahead and add our ribbon. And you know me, I'm actually going to tie a bow. I don't know if you guys are in shock or not, but I am actually going to tie a bow because I found an easy way of doing it for me. So I'm going to actually bring in my glue dots and put a glue dot right there to hold that piece of my bow down. It is a lot of ornaments. I'm telling you, my mom was insane when it came to decorating. And you know what? I'm kind of the same way. I don't have quite as many ornaments as she did because we don't have quite as tall of a tree as we did when I was growing up. But I love to decorate for the holidays. So I just put a glue dot right there. And I'm just going to come in and make this a little bit more even so I could tie my bow. We might be here till dinner time for me tying my bow, but we're gonna do a bow. And then I'm just gonna press that down on the glue dot, and that holds that in place for me. And then I'm just gonna come in and finish tying the bow. I used more ribbon on the other one, so it's not gonna be quite as fluffy, but we have a bow. Gonna tighten that up and just play with that just a little bit. It's not going to be as big and elegant as this one, but I used obviously more ribbon on the sample. So we're going to have two versions, a small bow and a big bow. There we go. Okay, I did it. I did it, my friends. Okay, now, sorry, this is going to bug me. Told you we're going to be here till dinner time. There we go. Got it. Now I'm going to come in and stamp my sentiment in shaded spruce. Wishing you joy and happiness. I know, Jenny, I was going to do your tip where it did the tweezers to hold it down, and I've seen that tip to hold it down. That's a fantastic tip. But for me, the glue dot was perfect, and it holds everything down for me. Okay, wishing you joy and happiness. There we go. And then I am going to add some pieces of foam sheets and do, or you can do in dimensionals, because I'm going to go up and over this bow. Sorry for the reach, folks. I know, it's a perfect way. So we killed two birds with one stone by adding that glue dot. And I'm just gonna come, I think I wanted to do it towards the bottom a little bit more. And we're gonna come in and cut this down just a little bit more. I got these fantastic titanium scissors on Amazon. I'll link it below. They're fantastic for cutting your foam sheets, cutting your paper, whatever you would like to do. It doesn't get it goopy or gunky because of the titanium. And I'm just going to go ahead and add this to our card front. I should have done that first and foremost before I did that, but that's okay. That's what happens when you don't craft and do a live for a week. You're just kind of thrown off kilter a little bit. And now I'm going to get back in my rhythm and mood. And I think I'm going to pop this one up. I actually did this one flat on here, but I think I'm going to pop this one up. And that cuts through that like butter. And then we are going to come in with our embellishments and add some beautiful bling. As you can tell, I've been using more of the gold and not the silver, but I think I'm going to use the silver this time. And the gold went really, really well. Let's see what the silver looks like on there, because I haven't used the silver yet. And that is really pretty with the silver too. Just wanted to mix it up a little bit. The silver looks really pretty too. The gold kind of brings it together, but I like the silver on there as well. And I liked this popped up. So we kind of have two little versions with a bigger bow and a flat sentiment, and then we have a smaller bow with a popped up sentiment. So there is card number 2. And we are moving right along to our final card, our cute little Bambi deer card. This paper, I'm telling you, ugh, absolutely gorgeous. So I didn't put the sentiment on the outside. I just wanted to, I didn't want to take away from this beautiful paper. So I did not put the sentiment on the outside. I put it on the inside. Have a very Merry Christmas. So I could literally have like a full packet of just the little deer. Okay. Okay, we have a top folding card base in Pretty Peacock, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5. We have our inside basic white panel, 4 by 5 1/4. And then we have our front panel that's embossed in that snowflake sky designer embossing folder, and that is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. We have a piece of Pretty Peacock for the front strip, and that strip piece is 2 1/8 by 5. And then our designer paper strip is 2 by 4 7/8. And then we have the 1/8 from the smallest deckled circle die. And then we have the 7th from the smallest that layers right there on the deckled circled die. And then we have a 1/2 inch strip by 4 that will go on the inside panel piece. So let's go ahead and do our stamping of our sentiment and do the inside of our card. And then we will finish up by gluing our other card together. Fun little strip. And our Pretty Peacock ink and our Have a Very Merry Christmas sentiments. Like I said at the beginning of the live, I think I'm going to create a sampler with just this, with this paper. I think it'll be elegant and fun. Love that font. Love how it's like a mixture of 2 different fonts. Okay. Come in here with our bone folder and crease our edge. Add this panel piece to the inside. There we go. And then because this was an embossing folder and this piece isn't really debossed too deep, I can use some Stampin' Seal, but I'm still going to go ahead and use some liquid glue because anytime I have an embossed piece, the stronger adhesives tear the paper in a lot of cases because the paper has already broken down those fibers. So I found that a liquid glue, plus it allows me to move it around and line that up, like to where it gives me a nice even border. And I'm going to add this one. But I am going to add some seal on the back of the pretty peacock, just to give it a little bit more sturdiness. You don't have to. This is just a personal preference for me. And then I'm going to come in about 1/4 of an inch, like so. Lay that down. And then add my cute little Bambis. I think when I saw this, I really immediately just thought of Bambi and my childhood, because I think when I was like 5, my room was Bambi. There we go. And then we are going to add some seal on that. This is one of my favorite like layouts, a rectangle and a circle. That's like one of my favorites. And then we are going to come in with the gold embellishments. I'm going to have to get another package of this druzy embellishments. And there we have it, my friends. We have kind of like 2 different looks. I just realized that I popped up the original. So kind of like on the previous one, I did the reverse just so you can see the 2. You can't really tell the difference until you're looking at it from the side where it's popped up. But there is project number 3. Let's go ahead and bring in all 3 projects. And I would love to know in the chat, if you're live, which one is your favorite. And if you are watching the replay, please leave me a comment and let me know what your favorite is. I think I'm going to have to go with Bambi for mine. I love the bow. Oh, let's bring in the other one too, the smaller bow. I love the bow on this one, but I think I'm going to have to go with Bambi as my favorite. Yours is the first one. Okay, Jen. That nice, simple, elegant one. But I think Bambi's my favorite. But thank you all for joining me today. I really, really appreciate you joining me. And like I said, if you missed any of the sizes and dimensions, it will be on my blog post tomorrow, September 27th at cardsbytlc.com. If you're not already subscribed to my newsletter and my blog, please head over there and do that. I send out free newsletters that updates you of when my upcoming classes are and anything that we've got going on in the stamping community. And I share some extra projects over there. So please be sure to head over there and hit that subscribe button to my newsletter. And if you have not yet hit the subscribe button to my YouTube channel and you have enjoyed today's projects, please do so. And thank you all for joining me again today. And I hope that you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I cannot believe we are coming into October next week. But we are. But I will see you next time for more creative fun. Bye, friends. Little hearts for you.